Welcome back to Crypto Talk, guys. So I wanted to run down a bunch of things here on the 4-hour and the weekly. Overall, we had a rejection from the trend line to come back down. I wouldn't mind seeing a liquidity grab and come back down to 90,000. Bounce off the 200 smooth moving average here on the 4-hour. We do have upward sloping momentum. I think we could bounce here. The question becomes how high and is it sustained? We have a weekly close coming in tomorrow. And what? We got a yearly coming in on Wednesday. So not too crazy. I don't expect much more than just sideways, but we're getting a kind of a sideways up. So I could see a bunch of shorts get trapped here and then squeeze them up. Longs were coming in earlier, so I'll have to wait and see if this holds. But currently we're below. Actually, we're right above the daily VWAP, but we're getting pushed down by the moving averages, but they're starting to flatten out. So I'll show a bunch of other coins where they're starting to get more of an increasing momentum, and we are in a bear flag locally, so keep that in mind. Looking for a bounce higher. So the question becomes, do we just bounce up to here and then we continue stair-stepping? Or do we reject from here and then come back down and sweep liquidity here? Or do we do a just dump? We just dump here, grab liquidity, and then make that a really sharp V bottom and then start marching our way back up, which I'm kind of in favor of. Just rip off the Band-Aid, get it done with, sweep down to like 88 or sweep down to 90. VWAP on the 4 hours kind of saying that, but you've got gapped RSIs that are starting to point up. I'm not too bullish until we start getting the really tight RSIs where you can know a big move is coming. But I'm really paying attention here to the money flow and the VWAP, which are coming up, but the VWAP has been above the zero line for a while. 1 hour, toppy as well. So again, it kind of indicates I think we're going to come down for one more liquidity sweep in the near term. Daily, we've got decreasing money flow hard, so we could have, we're not even close to a bounce yet. That 90K is where I have my alarm set. Money flow is decreasing. Both RSIs are gapped, so this is going to not be a fast move. It's likely going to be a slow bleed. So we could just kind of chop our way down, stair step, and then leave a trail of liquidity behind us we can grab. So that's what we have here. You had a trail of liquidity of shorts going above it. I haven't pulled up the liquidity charts, but I believe there's a ton around 80,000, and then there's a ton at 104 to 106 in terms of the shorts and where their stop losses are. So, so either 108 or kind of coming down here to 90. I think we're coming lower. So waiting to see. The one day shows the money flow decreasing and the momentum wave is still forming a lower. It hasn't formed a trigger wave yet, so I'm still thinking lower. What's the 2-day look like? 2-day is stable. Money flows up. VWAP is down below the zero line, but it's been down for a while. So when the 2-day finally gets a trigger wave, it's going to pop hard. The last time we had a trigger wave that popped hard, it ran a long way, guys. It ran from what? 61,000? 60,000. It's the last time we had that. We ran upwards of 80%. So if we had a trigger wave, let's say it comes down and sweeps all liquidity and bounces at 88. Let's say it runs another, let's do a diminishing return. Instead of 80%, we'll say it runs 70%. So what is 70% from here? %70 comes in at 150. Which is kind of where my target is, the 150 to 160 range in the near term. Running down to the 3-day. Yeah, 3-day could have a decreasing trigger wave, so we'll see. I could see a pop here, but I don't see that coming. 2-wave is 2 days more bullish looking. Weekly is just consolidation. Weekly is showing we could just bounce like this for the next month and then go higher. So yeah, if this played out, let's say my bars pattern there played out, what would that be? That would take roughly another 28 days to play out. So that would take until the really January 20th before we got a big move. So it's funny how these work. These do repeat themselves. So that's why I use these bars patterns. They're not always perfect, but that is pulled off of this bottom, which I just talked about. So the last time we had a 2-day trigger wave, this is what happened. All right, running down things like Peanut. I just did a quick video before this one on BitUnix. Peanut is, in my opinion, close to a bottom. It has left a ton of liquidity behind it. So all of this is liquidity that could be grabbed. So when I think this thing pops and when we get back above 66 cents, I think it's going to run really hard. Let's go to 4 hour. Yeah, what you've got here is a large frame. Get rid of some of this stuff. Large frame W pattern. So this is what I'm looking for. Get back above the value area low at 66.30. We're going to run all the way up to the top of the range towards 77. And then target the high. I like the momentum wave here too. It looks nice. So that's Peanut. What else we got? So I got Sui. Gosh, Sui is just a mess. Hold on here. Let's get rid of all this crap. All 12 drawings. Good. Let's turn off some stuff. Get rid of that. I'll leave that on. All right. Sui is in a bull flag. There's no doubt about it. Sui is outperforming Solana, so I do hold some spot Sui. Sui would not be a bad leverage play either, just from what I see. You've got, like most coins, you're increasing momentum, but you're below some key levels. So really we need to get back above the weekly open here at $4.34, 35 cents, and then we can really talk about moving higher towards the all-time high. I just deleted them, but I think the fibs are pointing more towards a an Elliott wave number 5 between $11 and $11.50 to $14 for Sui for the next leg up. So that's anywhere between 164% and roughly 230%. So if you want a coin that has a lot of promise and the general public doesn't understand or know what it is, that's Sui. So Sui could do a lot of positive things like Solana did last cycle. Solana last cycle went from like $6 or $8 to what, $200. So it's a nice move. Band protocol, this looks as good as AVAX, getting like a nice double bottom here. Momentum's pushing higher. I like this. Let's just really look at reclaiming the 230 range, and then we move higher. I won't spend much time talking about that one. Oh, let's see here. Reset this stupid chart. Oh, it's not helping me. My Mongo Pro Trader really skews some things here. It's good, but it's super zoomed in. So we're back inside the falling channel again. We have a nice double bottom the way AVAX and Band Protocol look. So this has a nice potential push. It's even better than Sui from a structural standpoint. I like this one. Reclaim the weekly open and the weekly EQ at 201, and then we're off to the races, currently sitting at 92.85. So one step at a time. I'll analyze this stuff again tomorrow. This is what I drew out for my Discord members and for the Patreon members. So you guys get a little sneak peek, but this is what I was looking at earlier, looking for a rejection at the monthly VWAP, come back down, back test this as support resistance, flip again at $40.13. Then move our way, step our way back up, probably get rejected from a bunch of shorts sitting at the previous week high, back test the previous month high, and then move towards the current local high. I still have a bull market high for this guy at $350 a coin. Currently sitting at $37. Remember, guys, the bull market hadn't really started yet. This is just the tip of the iceberg. DGen. Good God. Nice support resistance flip of the previous high. Came back down, grabbed liquidity. We didn't do a full sweep for an SFP, but it's holding this level good. So as long as it holds this 009 level, nice bullish momentum here. Probably he's really chippity-choppity in here, but you know, imagine you had a 5 or 10x leverage of this guy, and it runs up another 100 and say 200%. So it's got the room to run. This is why I do play with this one along with Peanut. KDAO has gotten rugged hard, but it's bouncing. It's finding some support again. Bull divs finally showing up again. So this one's going to have some momentum. Again, like I said, it's flipping like the rest of the market. Bull market hadn't gotten started yet. So this is just time to accumulate and just relax, go touch some grass, touch some snow, enjoy time with family. This is the time to hang out and just wait. All you can do is make some more money elsewhere and just dollar cost average in. So this has a 300% move coming. This is well under the $1 million market cap. Nice V bottom here. So I'm expecting, excuse me, a W pattern here. So I'm expecting a retest of the monthly VWAP up here at the 88.90 mark. I'm currently down on average about 37% on my bag here, but it's whatever. I'm just holding it. This is just a long-term hold for me. Casbah. We had a nice rug on this guy as well. Let's turn off this Mongo Pro Trader. It just makes life so much easier. Zoomed out. So you're at the bottom of the range. Nice double bottom. Bounced off the 886. This is a great spot to purchase, in my opinion. Yeah, I like the RSIs here on the daily too. Looks really good. Not financial advice, but that's a good one to DCA into at the moment. Travelocity can go away. Nacho is dumpy. This is the largest KRC20 on the whole ecosystem, so this guy has been the stronghold, and people have capitulated, which is usually really bullish. They set a new lower low, so I'd like to see this get back above 989. Currently sitting down at 7. Cancel that. Sorry, guys. The other video is done. The computer is lagging. This is Nacho. Nacho is another bag to hold. It's got a cool logo. People like that. Casper, another good one that I'm holding for the KRC20s. Turn off my Mongo Pro Trader. We're sitting on our falling wedge exactly still, holding it perfectly. So this is another great dollar cost. Actually, I'll probably throw some money into this after I'm done talking to you guys. This is where these little coins, you throw $10 to $100 into something, and this is something that could be $1 million in a year from now. Such a small market cap and a growing ecosystem that's super, super technical and super bullish. Caspa is definitely a place to be. So I'm going to mentally bookmark that in my head, my AI play, Spectre. If you didn't get into this one, now's a good time as well. It's bull flagging, and they're trying to push it down, but it has a hard time dropping. So it looks like it's going to hold this level and then push higher. Not much else to talk about there. It looks like Cubics is now off of this chart, so I'll delete that one. Let's go back to Ethereum. Ethereum here on the weekly, got a nice red dot. Daily. Yeah, big. It's just consolidating. So keep in mind these red dots in a bull market can just be consolidation. They don't have to be anything crazy. Got a nice double bottom, just like the W pattern I saw on AVAX and Band Protocol. Looking at that there. Casper with a C. We had a nice bounce here on the weekly. Talked about it earlier. It's sold off because of Bitcoin, but for the most part, it's had some nice buy volume. Go back to the daily. Yeah, same thing as Bitcoin. Nice double bottom here, holding on some key levels of support and moving averages. 200 simple moving average is down here. 200 smooth moving average is up here. So it's got some good stuff. It's below still the 50, the 90, 50, the 9, the 20 EMA, but it's holding the 100 and the 200 smooth or simple moving averages. So I like it. Money flow is coming back in. This is a good spot to DCA into. H-bar outperforming the whole market basically at the moment. H-bar is doing some things. So another good one to get into, Hedera. They have a lot of promise and very few people know about them. So smaller market cap. They have a lot of good technology. I like them. So this is a good buy in my opinion. XRP, my least favorite. More so, I don't like Ripple. The coin itself is fine. I think Ripple's a scam of a company. It was a different story for a different day. I just don't like Ripple. They dump on their users all the time. It's on the chain. You can look it up. Like with Bitcoin, I see this going down further. So we'll move this down like that. So we come back down, maybe test the 50. Come down to 176, maybe 183 if you're lucky. Get a nice bounce off the 50 EMA, which is 188. But right now we're still holding above the 618, so you really can't really say much until you lose that. So we haven't lost it yet, but we had a short-term scare. We pushed back up. So right now this is bull flagging, consolidating. It's not dumping yet, but I'd like to see lower. Doesn't mean it will. We got a lot of moon boys in that camp, so it might not. Going back to this chart, you saw my other video talking about how I've changed my thesis and overall. How I've excluded all the data from 2021 in terms of my projections moving forward. I think that was stunted as proven by Roll Powell. If COVID didn't happen, we would have had a late cycle blow off top where it should have been. It should have been late October, early November 2021. Instead, it happened in the springtime. So it happened 6 months early. So if that would have happened, we should have had $160,000 Bitcoin back in 2021. Instead, we got 68,000. So you were 100 grand short. So I am pulling my thesis off of these last two, more off the 2015 cycle, or excuse me, 2017 cycle. And if you take the deductions and math here, so half of this is this, half of that is that, what we should have had, but we didn't get it. So I still half this again and got the 375% mark from the breakout point of the old all-time high, and then that comes into probably sometime in the October to December timeframe of 2025. I still have my bear market low showing up sometime in October 2026, which you can see over on this chart here. Exactly, October 1st, 2026 is where my projected bear market low. So that hasn't changed on time frame wise. Really what's changed on this chart versus the other chart is my projected top is 100% skewed. So if you exclude this data, this is the current projected top. So $340,000 for one Bitcoin by the end of 2025. That's my call. Math decided that for me, nothing else. Timing hasn't really changed much. I'm still looking for a top potentially in October 2025. which would play out well with that October to November timeframe. You'll likely have a peaked or a momentum wave before November, and then it'll be declining into November as prices continue to go higher and creating a bearish divergence, and that will continue to play out in that regard. So that's what I'm looking for there. Last but not least is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Let me run you down some things here. Remove my Mongo Pro Trader off of this guy. By the way, if you want to use that, it's over in my Patreon account. Any Patreon members have access to that, along with a pretty sweet NFT. Nice rejection here on the daily. We've rejected off the top of the falling wedge channel, or the rising wedge channel. Rejected once, now twice. So I'm expecting this to bleed back down to at least the yearly VWAP up at 56%. As soon as we lose 57.6%, I think we're going to have a really big flush on all coins going up. So once this happens, this is really going to dump hard. Let's go back to XRP, and let's see if I still have my tethered dominance chart up. There we are. I haven't looked at this in a while, guys. Let's take a look at together. Let's pull off my Mongo Pro Trader so we can see things a little better. Reset the chart. All right, so if you don't know why I'm looking at this, this is inversely proportional to money sitting on the sidelines and Bitcoin going up. So when this is rising, this is bearish for Bitcoin. And when this is falling, this is bullish for Bitcoin. So guess what? We're falling. We fell out of our rising channel. We back tested it, got rejected again. So if this was an asset, I'd be looking to short it, right? I've been shorting it this entire way down. So I'd like to see this drop, maybe as low as the 2.5% mark, currently sitting at 4.27%. So this is bullish for Bitcoin. We do have a bull div on the weekly though, but we're having a hard time. We are holding the 200 SMA. For this one. So we could see a bounce back up to the yearly VWAP at 4.85% from 4.275%, and then see a flush lower. So once we lose this here, I think altcoins are going to go bananas. So actually, I'll put a alarm there. Wrong one. Let's do this one. Let's put an alarm here. So I'll put an alarm right there on that. Support resistance flip level. Key support resistance level. Beginning of alt season. So likely that in conjunction with Bitcoin losing its dominance, this is going to really push not just all of crypto, but really alt season. So that's what I'm watching there. So I'll leave you guys with this chart so you can stare at it. Nothing to say. It's financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me here at a Crypto Black Wall on Twitter, the Black Art Discord. If you have any private questions, hit me up in Patreon and or Twitter for some one-on-one stuff.